Let's look at how to create a scatter plot on Excel for Mac. For this example, we are going to look at Beep Beep's bedtime snacks. Now, if you're not familiar with who Beep Beep is, this is Beep Beep. He's a bear that likes statistics, and he takes it fairly regularly. He gets really close to passing sometimes. Well, Beep Beep, before going to bed, has snacks, and his two favorite things to have before snacks are Coke and cookies. We have some data here that keeps track of how many cans of Coke he has and how many cookies he has before going to bed each night. And we've got three sets of data. The first night he had 1 can of Coke and 8 cookies, 2 cans of Coke and 7 cookies, 3 cans of Coke and 3 cookies on the third night. Now we want to put this into a scatter plot. And the scatter plot is an illustration of how the different points relate to each other. We want the Coke, this first column, to go on the x-axis, going across horizontally, and the second column is for the y-axis, going up and down vertically. Now the way that we do this in Excel is pretty straightforward. I've got the data, and then I've made it into a table already. So if you have columns without a table, you can go to Insert, and then choose Table, and it'll make it into a table like this. Now, what we want to do is we want to go to Insert and go to the Chart area and choose the XY scatter plot and choose the first one that comes up. And look at that. We have a scatter plot. Now, we can improve this quite a bit. Right now it says cookies. But it doesn't say what these axes mean. So let's go to Add Chart Element, and we're going to add axis titles. First, the primary horizontal one, and this will be delete what's there, and type in cans of Coke. Okay, now we can add the Y axis title, primary vertical, and we want it to be, let's go to there, delete everything. We want this to be cookies. So we can change the title here to Beep Beep's bedtime snacks. Now, what else can we do to make this look nicer? There's a lot of grid work here. Let's turn off those grids. That doesn't really help anything here. So we can go to grid lines and turn off the grid lines. It looks, in my opinion, it looks a lot more professional to not have the grid lines. So primary major vertical I'll turn off also. On there, now we've got a clear picture of the scatter graph there, and it's very clear what's happening. And now we could even go further. Now this is a perfectly good scatter plot, but we could add a trend line showing how this is a linear relationship and what our best guess is. So if I go there, I can go to trend line, and if I click a linear forecast, and this will give me a linear trend line, and it changed the axes a little bit, but this shows what we can expect. So it looks like if Beep Beep has 3 cans of Coke, we can expect a little bit more than 4 cookies, or about 4 cookies, 3 or 4 cookies. 2 cans of Coke, about 6 or 7, and this is pretty good. The line's pretty close to where the dots are. And if we had 4 cans of Coke, we would expect indeed about 1 cookie. So this is how we do a scatter plot in Excel, and we have also added a trend line to the scatter plot.